Hello and welcome to another fun-filled nonsense retrospective. I'm your host as always, Rick, and joining me equally as always is Devon.
I said I'm the biggest, so I'm the boss.
I'm the biggest, I'm the best is the biggest, and the biggest is the boss. I'm the big boss.
Man, Warhammer orcs are dumb.
They are, they're so fun.
For those of you who don't know, they're based on football hooligans.
They are.
British football hooligans, not American ones.
It's also why none of them have hair, so any of them that do want hair need to have a hair squig.
You know what? I've never really thought about them not having hair.
Yeah, they're all bald.
Yeah, no, you're entirely correct. It's just not something I've ever really realised, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, and then Abaddon takes that look and goes, oh, well, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to have my chimney of hair.
Didn't Abaddon do it because Horus did it?
No, I think Horus was like quite happy to be bald, and Abaddon was like, "Oh shit, I'm a clone of a bald man. How do I look different? Chimney of hair."
I don't even know. I thought Abaddon was bald.
Well, he's got his chimney of hair.
Does he? He's always in the armour, so you know.
He can't possibly be bald if there's that like entire freaking like the chimney is like way bigger than his head.
Anyway, we're talking about 40k when in reality we should be talking about the old world.
We are in the old world. It was before the grim darkness of the far future, where there was only war. The old world was a bit more livable, you know, if you could survive. And in an alternate version of the old world, there was Blood Bowl.
It's not even an alternate version. It's like a weird multiversal plane bullshit going on where everyone just stops fighting for 5 minutes because it's like we want to watch some goddamn football. You know, it's very dumb.
It's very dumb. It's very dumb and very, very, very silly. Very fun.
Even by Games Workshop standards, it's dumb. That's telling you. That's telling on itself, isn't it?
Yeah. The thing is, in the old world, orcs were less comedic.
They were just your standard fair fantasy orcs.
Yeah, they were just orcs. It's only in 40k where they're like the comedic butt monkeys. But yes, we are doing a armchair booking of Blood Bowl. Might we call it Rumble Bowl?
No.
And
why would we call it Rumble Bowl?
Because it's like a mini nonsense rumble as we're going through.
Oh, I didn't think we were pitting our teams against each other. I thought we were just doing what we think would be fun, good ideas. But I suppose we could. I suppose we could be like, whose blitzer is better than your blitzer? Oh, that's why he made the blitzen joke.
Yes.
That was before we started recording proper.
Yeah. We thought, well, how shit would it be if all of our picks were just Santa's reindeer? So yes, we're going to pick a fictional character for each of the roles: blitzer, blocker, catcher, lineman, runner, and thrower.
Yes, however, before we get to that, Rick told me before we started that he has an honourable mention for he has a code of ethics he did not wish to break. I do not have an honourable mention, so I felt like I was the one who needed to bring this up. Rick, who's your honourable mention for your Blitzball star player lineup? My
honourable mention is Estinian Wormblood, because he can jump a mile in the air, and I think that would be a pretty good person to have as a catcher. And the reason that I knocked him down was because I ended up choosing to go back and redo my picks when I realised I'm pretty close to doing one pick per franchise, and there were 2 Final Fantasy people, so Estinian got bumped off.
Do you remember when I did 1 pick per game entry for the Pokemon trainer waifus, and then I got to my number 1 spot, I went, oh, fuck! This is the same game as number 4. But yeah, Estinian's an interesting choice. I don't know if I'd put him as the catcher, because I don't know how jumping high makes you a good catcher, unless you're just implying that he'd jump over the enemy line to get into position to catch something.
Yeah, he'll jump to get into position, and the person who's throwing to him can just throw into the air without the fear of it getting intercepted by someone, and he can just like jump up and get it.
I think there's a certain level of how badly do you want to brick the game. Because bear in mind, when it comes to star legendary players, you're only meant to have 1 per team. I know we're doing a whole role booking here, so we got 1 for each position, but it's not going to be... you wouldn't have a team full of... I'm saying your throwers wouldn't be able to throw that high.
Yeah, fair enough. My thrower can.
My thrower also can, but you can't have both on the same team.
Sure. But yes, with there being 7 picks, there should, unless we have more than 1 draw, 1 or more draws, we should have an actual winner between our 2 teams.
I count 6.
Blitzer, blocker, catcher, lineman, runner, thrower. Okay, yeah, 6. Oh well. I'm stupid.
I just wasn't sure if I missed one, so if I missed one, it would have been a bad show.
It would have been a scramble. So, who have you got into Blitzer? They are used to force gaps in the opposition line and can target key players of the opposing team.
Yeah, so I can't remember if I said this on air or not. I definitely said it to you, Rick, but I had an unwritten rule, and that was, and again, this is just for me, I didn't enforce this on Rick for obvious reasons. I tried to stick to choices that would thematically make sense to have existed in the old world / fit into a Blitzball team. The Blitzball? Fuck, a Blood Bowl team. I'm going to do that, by the way.
That's okay.
So my Blitzer, can you blame me when the first pick is Blitzer?
Yeah, did you do the same as I've done?
I doubt it. I've picked the Predator.
Okay.
I'm familiar with Blood Bowl. The rules are loosey-goosey at best. If the referee doesn't see it, it's fair game. There's many an instance of players having brass knucks and all kinds of nefarious weaponry, and the Predator would be... First of all, he's bulky, he's tough. I'm saying here, it could be a lady Predator. Doesn't make a difference. Depending on how crafted they are, they might be able to use their invisibility ability.
Which absolutely.
Very useful.
Yeah, one of the actual rules in game is it's a team of 11, but if you have more than that and your opponent doesn't notice, then that's fair game.
Yeah, that's a fun tabletop silly rule, but in universe, I'm not using it to get an extra player on the field. I'm just saying he can strike where you least expect it. And I'm specifically thinking of like people having brass knucks and shit to knock people out, and it's like that's so like Predator's already tough as shit, but he's also going up against orcs and ogres and shit. So having like a sneaky pair of brass knucks or just straight up their murder claws, you know?
Yeah.
Predator's got a lot in its arsenal to sneakily bring onto the field and do it well as well. Couple that with its size and agility, they're quite fast. I think it'll make a pretty good blitzer. It's just like, oh, that guy's going to throw something? No, he fucking ain't.
Yeah. I like that. I like it.
So how about you?
My blitzer. When you said blitzball, and I was like, oh, have you done the same as me? Well, Jekt.
I don't think Jek's that good out of the water, but go ahead.
Yeah, well, he's the fantasy sports ace. He's shown to be fast. He's definitely fast in water, but even out of water, he's like pretty like quick. He's usually got his big sword when he's on land, but you know.
I doubt he'll be able to sneak that onto the field. Like
nah.
Yeah, like weapons are banned. If you bring a weapon on the field, you've got to be able to hide it, and that sword is not unless he can somehow magically shove it up his arse.
Yeah.
I was going to say to the agility point, like we meet Jekt after he becomes Sin. Spoiler for a game that's over 25 years old, or damn near anyway. When we see him at that point in the game, he doesn't have any new scars.
He doesn't. So he's been he's pretty good at not getting hurt. I put him down as being the embodiment of rough and tumble.
I was going to say, what time period are we talking here? Because depending on what time you use him, he does have the big disadvantage of raving alcoholic.
Yeah, I'm thinking probably the moment he sobered up after falling off the shoe puff.
But he didn't fucking fall off the shoe puff. He stabbed.
He tried to fight it. Yeah, he tried to fight it.
I don't think. Here's the thing: is I don't think he's got his killer sport edge at that point.
Yeah, and I also put the only downside is he might try to win the game on his own.
That's kind of what star players do, though, in Blood Bowl. So I think that might even be a point in his favour. There's a lot of people... Because star players are an interesting mechanic in Blood Bowl, the game. Because the idea is that you pay them to play for one game.
Right. Yeah, so it's like a campaign. The league table is like a full-on, like a Mordheim campaign, isn't it?
Not quite that severe, but because you have your budget at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
And you build your team with your budget. And in the version of the game I played, which is very brief, you could basically rent star players for a game. So 1 week they might play for... I'm going to use Blitzball team names because I'm not fucking thinking of Blood Bowl names. They'll play for the Zanuck and Daves, and then the next week they play for the Besaid Aurochs.
Yeah. And it's the same guy.
It's the same guy, and they cost an extortionate amount of money.
Yeah, it's like Nuvi Ronso now plays for the Luca Goers.
I wouldn't pick that particular Ronso, but fair enough.
There's 2 girl Ronsos. She's the only one I could find.
That's because the other one's already signed to the Ronso Roras, whatever the fuck they're called.
Yeah. Like the only Ronsos that live are Kimari, Nuvi, and the Ronso Roras, or whatever they are.
I think they're called the Ronso Fangs.
Yeah.
But yeah, and the Blitzball team's implied to live because they weren't at the mountain at the time because it's Blitzball season.
Yeah.
But yeah, personally, I'm going to stick with my pick of the Predator on this one. But these are meant to be Fantasy Star booking players, so I think Jet was a good pull, though. I think it was a very good choice.
Pre-Sin-Ject versus the Predator. Yeah, I think the Predator does take it.
Not that I think we should be comparing. It's hard to compare when they're fighting for the same spot, you know?
Yeah. Well, we're doing a loosey-goosey weird one where, like, maybe you've got a full team of stars, but like that, like a what would you call it? An exhibition match of stars trying to market themselves to the other teams for getting picked up.
But if we did that, we'd need 5 more players, Rick.
Yeah, true.
And that would make this episode a bit long in the tooth.
Yes. So, next one, the blocker. The more physical teams often rely on these defensive players.
Oh, that's the only bit of dialogue you're doing for that.
Well, that's the only thing that we got in the short version of the rules that we got the categories from.
Okay. Well, blockers traditionally are pretty much blitzers, but on the opposite side of the spectrum. Their job is to stop people from running to... Like, a blitzer's job is to get the ball back off the opponent. A blocker is to stop the ball from getting past them and into the scoring zone. Sure.
So they're basically defenders, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. As for my pick, I've picked the Juggernaut from Marvel.
Yeah, I think he's going to be pretty tough to kill. Like, he literally can't be knocked down.
Can't be knocked down. He does have the obvious weakness of if you can somehow get that helmet off him, he does become a complete chump-chode bitch. But you've got to be able to get there first, and I think even Wolverine struggles to do it unless you implement the fastball special.
Yeah, and he can be pretty fast in a straight line.
In a straight line, yes. Well, because it's like I very nearly picked Rhino, and then I was like, oh shit, no, Juggernaut is way better.
Yeah.
But like, if he wants to go somewhere, you're not stopping him. If he is directly in your path, now I think it's an immovable object / unstoppable force.
Yeah, and we see that when it comes to Juggernaut, unstoppable force versus the Blob, who's the immovable object, the Juggernaut wins.
Well, okay, but that means that the Blob isn't an immovable object.
Yeah.
If an unstoppable force meets an immovable object, what happens? Nothing. That's what happens. By definition, if one thing is unstoppable and one thing's unmovable, if the two smack into each other, nothing's going to happen, is it?
Yeah. Like the unstoppable force is probably just going to glance off it. The immovable object stays where it is.
No, nothing happens. They meet and it stops. Because the thing moving can't keep moving, but the thing that can't be moved also can't move. So therefore nothing happens.
Well, that means the immovable wins.
If you like. My point being...
you just described the immovable winning.
Unstoppable force meets immovable object. Nothing happens.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. That's how it works. That being said, like if you got something that's immovable, aka can't move, they're not going to be a very good player on a team that involves moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Juggernaut can actually move. He's slow to get going, and I think that's the advantage. And also, if like 5 people, if you got 5 orcs that are somewhat intelligent, and I know that's asking for a lot, they could probably take him down.
Yeah, or just outmaneuver him by being elsewhere and passing between each other.
Well, that's just it as well. It's like I've made the Juggernaut a blocker, but he's not unbeatable on a Blood Bowl field.
Yeah. You can outmaneuver one Superman.
Yes. So that being said, who is going to be your all-star blocker?
My all-star My all-star blocker is our token fan service character. How better to block a pass than to be the exact amount of massive you need at any given moment? Mount Lady.
Yeah, that's pretty decent. I don't know how big she'd be able to get without being a danger to her teammates.
Depends who she's teammates of. If it's goblins, yeah, just squish them. Fun. Just make her so big that she's like a foot is the size of the pitch. Squash them all, win. Nah, that's against the spirit of the game. She probably could grow to enough of her size and then just have a lie down. But even that's not entirely unbeatable because like a good thrower can throw over that.
I just don't think she'd be an effective member of the team.
Yeah, because we know she's a bit lazy.
Well, even disregarding the lazy, like she's a hero because it's an easy way to get money and fame in that universe. I just don't. She's not particularly athletic.
She's not. And if it's Juggernaut versus Mount Lady, Juggernaut's just going to go through her ankle and she falls over.
Possibly. Here's the thing: is like Mount Lady can get very big, and if she becomes bigger than the stadium and the field and is a danger to the observers and whatnot, she's never going to be picked because Blood Bowl is just as much about spectacle as it is about being good at the game.
Yeah.
It's a very boring player to watch. It's like fucking that Team 4-star fucking bit of Yamcha being paid billions of zenny to never play baseball again because he's made the game too boring.
True, fair enough. So yeah, do we think the Juggernaut's got it?
I'm sticking with the Juggernaut on this. I always think that your job is to try and convince the other person to change their mind. I don't think we should have a consensus on this.
No, I think the consensus is fine because I can see the benefits that the Juggernaut has over Mount Lady. I picked her for fan service, which is part of the spectacle, but I think the Juggernaut plays more into the blood part of Blood Bowl.
Rick, there's fleshy cheerleaders right there.
There are. So yeah, Juggernaut. Next we have the Catcher.
Yeah, the Catcher I struggled with because I picked my Runner for the Catcher originally, and then I was like, oh fuck, Runner exists. Never mind. Do you want to explain Catcher, Roll?
The Catcher, as its name suggests, they have the job to receive passes safely.
Could have sworn there was more line than that, but okay.
Maybe not. Maybe in the in a bigger, longer version of the rules, but like in the list of things that had a really small description, that's what I'm going off of.
Yeah, no, sure. I just here's the thing: when I was trimming this down to my list, it felt like I had to delete lines of description as opposed to just one sentence. So that's a me problem. That's fine. As for my Catcher, I've picked Hawk Girl.
Okay.
Pretty similar logic to Astinian, really, in that she can very easily get herself into position.
Yeah. I like that. However, I've got someone who can do that and more.
Go on, then.
I've picked someone who you've already mentioned. Someone with more than hobbyist level of sporting experience. An honestly decent pick who only looks weak next to the rest of his cast. I've picked Yamcha.
Yamcha's good. He's not allowed to use Ki Blasts, but I don't think you necessarily need them in this game.
You don't super need them. He's got the Wolfang Fist, which is like one of the only not really Ki-based super moves in Dragon Ball.
Listen, I love the Wolfang Fist. It's one of my favourite moves. I never put it on my character in creator characters in Dragon Ball Z games because Ki Blasts are king, but I love the idea of the Wolfang Fist so much.
It's so cute, especially when Yamcha, when he does it, he makes his like fingers into jaws, and
he's a fucking
howls.
Nerd. Like he's two steps removed from that character from Jackie Chan who names all of his moves as he's throwing them, who I think is voiced by DiMaggio.
Huck Fu,
Flying Tiger Fist turns into Swanton.
Yeah, and then when he runs away, it's like, Mouse runs away!
I love when he fights Toru, who was the main heavy in the main bad guy heavy in the first series, and Toru's just like, is this your thing then?
Yeah, is this who you got to replace me? This
No, just like because he's fighting the guy and he's just like, so this is what you do. You just say random bullshit.
Yeah.
Because that's all he's making it up. It's not real.
Yeah. It's all on the fly. He's like an impromptu monk in a way.
Yeah. But anyway, Yamcha's a good pick. Yamcha's a good pick. I think Hawk Girl's nicer to look at.
In general, yeah. I think Yamcha just generally wins because he can do the flying if he needs to. He can make it look like jumping for until he needs to, keep aloft. Yes, he has Ki Blasts, but doesn't really need them unless someone else cheats.
No, Ki Blaster. You can't hide a Ki Blast.
Yeah,
he can use a Ki Blast in the game once.
Yeah, and then you get sent off.
Yeah,
it's like an actual ulti. Like you get sent off, you get banned from any further rounds. I think Yamcha's got it this time.
I'll give it to Yamcha certainly, but I'd like Hawk Girl so much. I think Hawk Girl would look more interesting while playing because she's got the actual aesthetic static of the wings and can fly gracefully.
Yeah.
People can see what's going to happen before it happens, as opposed to Yamcha subtly jumping and making it look like it's just athleticism when really he's cheating. Not cheating, but hiding what he's doing.
Yeah. Like, there's also already Valkyries in the old world, isn't there? There's like one, it's Valkyria the Bloody.
Well, okay, but she's never going to get involved in Blood Bowl.
No, like Blood Bowl, not bloody enough for Valkyria the Bloody.
I think it's one of the reasons why demons don't actually have a Blood Bowl team is because they can't play. Because they want to do the demon shit too badly. The only ones that get away with it are cheerleaders of Dustin Leshy kind, because they're hotter than goblins.
Yeah. Next one, we have the linemen, and I've got basically, they form the backbone of any team.
Yeah, lineman was a weird one, because I was going to pick a generic sort of mook type thing to just fill out the gaps and be like, yep, so we have stormtroopers or something like that, and then I was like, fuck, that's sci-fi, can't use that. And then I realised it's got to be like one lineman, it can't just be generic linemen that are good, so I picked Boromir.
He is pretty good. He is a pretty good pick.
Like, just forming the backbone of the team. He's not going to give up easily unless you shine a piece of jewellery in front of him. And, he's a tough son of a bitch. So tough, in fact, that in order to deal with him, enemies shoot him.
Yes.
I bring it up every time I bring up Boromir, which is not as often as I would like. There was a scenario written for White Dwarf, which was Boromir's pilgrimage to Rivendell, and he gets ambushed by orcs, and the rule is orcs aren't allowed to charge him because they're so shit scared of him.
Yeah. Is Boromir going to be our version of thinking about the Roman Empire?
My version of thinking about the Roman Empire is thinking about the Three Kingdoms, so...
Yeah.
My mum brought that up once. She said randomly, apparently men think about the Roman Empire every 12 minutes. Is that true? And I was like, no. It's an allegory. Men will will have something they fucking think about every so often and constantly. It's not always the Roman Empire, but I'm pretty. It must be a particularly fond one, a common one.
Yeah, and as soon as you hear that, you start pulling yourself up on it and realizing it.
But yeah, anyway, who's going to be your Excelsior Stellar 9? I shouldn't have said Excelsior. That's not the word I wanted. Lineman.
Can I beat Boromir? It's the shopkeeper Kecleon.
I don't know what that is.
So, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon was a kind of roguelike...
I have played Mystery Dungeon, I know the game.
Mystery Dungeon. If you betray the shopkeepers, the two Kecleons, they attack you. They are bullshit strong. And as Kecleons, they also have stealth. So similar to the Predator.
Yeah, but they're Kecleons. They're tiny.
Yeah, it's goblin size.
Yeah, but they're Kecleons. They're tiny.
Yeah, you can punt them.
They're not. They are smaller than goblins. Goblins are like 3 feet.
Well, if the player if the player character is like 4 feet tall, the Kecleon's like 3 foot.
I don't know where you're getting that from, because unfortunately we've not seen Kecleon in one of the 3D games, so we can't compare it.
Yeah, especially the ones like...
Bring up the Pokedex entry and just tell me what the size is on that. Because if it says 6 feet, I'm going to be fucking annoyed.
3'3".
3'3". Okay, that is about goblin size, I'll grant you. It's still just a Kecleon.
Yeah, these ones are just bullshit strong. They can summon other things. And my interpretation was similar to you saying, like stormtroopers, that they can bring down many more of them just by... more of them having been on the field the entire time. I think they're a good pick for the cheating until your opponent sees rule.
I don't think they're beating Boromir, especially seeing as, like, again, it depends really, doesn't it? Not on whether but Boromir definitely wins in like a straight up, just like you're only allowed to pick one. But unfortunately, we've both used different interpretations, and this is why I didn't want to straight up say this one wins. I wanted it to be like more along lines of I'm still sticking with my pick, or oh no, you've convinced me, I'm going to go with your pick.
Yeah.
But yeah, the lineman thing of just like having all your linemen be Kecleons. I don't like. Yeah, having an entire lineman. I don't think you'd be able to have the entire lineman made of Kecleons because of star player prices. It's not happening.
Yeah.
But if you did, then yeah, you're right. You would be able to hide how many you actually had by having a bunch of them stealthing and then just randomly appearing. As long as no more than X amount were visible at any given time, you could keep that ruse going. But as a one-on, just like here's the Excelsior standout lineman, just all-round good player trying to stand out and help lead the team. I think Boromir fucking has it. easy.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. Yeah, so we'll give it to Boromir this time. And from now on, I need to win both of them to be able to draw with you.
I've not. Again, I wasn't really keeping a score because I didn't think we should be combating these guys.
Yeah. Next one is the runner. They rely on their speed and agility, and used by some teams in places of throwers and catchers.
Yeah, I like this idea of having different strategies because you got throwers and catchers. They need to work in tandem. You put a catcher in one place and a thrower in another. You throw, you catch, and then you score. Having a runner completely annihilates that, and they've just got to out-dodge everyone and run past people.
Instead of passing, they just run at run speed.
Yes. And that being said, this is entirely recency bias, but what better entry than the God of Messengers? I've picked Hermes from Hades.
Yeah, Hermes. Yeah, he's a pretty good one. Specifically the Hades version, not any of the other Hermes.
They're all pretty much the same, but the version of Hermes from Hades is just cool, so therefore I'm going with that one. As far as abilities are concerned, they never really change what Hermes is in any kind of media. Even the Hermes from fucking Hercules, the Disney movie, same deal.
Yeah.
Although that one looks a bit Jimmy Savile, so maybe not.
Oh, God.
Well, he's got the fucking nose and the glasses. I don't know if he was an inspiration or not, but it looks very Savile-esque, which is not a good thing to look like. But yeah, I've picked Hermes because Hermes is cool. He's super fast. Every single keepsake he gives you two different keepsakes, one in Hades 1 and one in Hades 2. In Hades 1, if you manage to clear a room in X amount of time, he increases your critical damage. In Hades 2, you just have increased stats for 300 seconds, so that's when you max it out. So for 5 minutes, you're just super beast, so get the region done in 5 minutes and it's just an all-round buff. It's all about speed, and Hermes encapsulates that, so what better choice for a runner? He also technically flies, but he kind of hovers rather than flies.
Yeah, because his wings on his feet.
Sort of. It depends what version of the... Here's the thing, we don't see Hermes actually move in Hades because...
Yeah, he's a talking head portrait. He's a visual novel portrait.
Well, we see him for 2 seconds, but that's when he's standing still, so it's not a good indicator of how well he flies. But whether he hovers or flies proper, it's still a bit of a boost, and he's a bit difficult. He's difficult to trip anyway because of how fast he is. That being said, Rick, who's going to be your runner?
My number one.
Your number one?
Not my number one. My runner is Shadow the Hedgehog.
That's a good pick.
If you believe game balance, he's as fast as Sonic, but he's way more happy to go rough and tumble. And importantly, he can make an intelligent decision whether to follow a good order or perform an early game-ending renegade play.
Game ending, you say?
Well, game defining.
Mm-hmm. I think Shadow's a good pick. It's a really good choice. I don't think the ruthlessness aspect is quite as useful as you think. Not because ruthlessness is bad, but because when comparing it to Sonic, I think if Sonic knows it's all a game.
Yeah, but by the same token, like Sonic knowing it's all a game versus people with spiked knuckle dusters.
I'm just remembering the Aaron bit of Sonic running down the highway and taking a shit while running, and it's like, no. It's just all I can think of because now we brought Sonic up.
yeah. Like the shit comes out at like the same speed,
it's
equal and opposite. So it just like hovers and just slowly falls to the ground. Gotta go.
And the best part about that bit is he made himself laugh with it twice because Danny brought it up in a later episode and was like, and Aaron starts cracking up and Danny has to explain that, no, Aaron, that was your joke that you made.
He just starts laughing and just goes, you think Sonic shits?
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that's a tough one to choose from because as far as speed goes, I'm willing to say they're equal. I think Hermes is better as a pure runner, but if you add in the fact that Shadow is absolutely willing to just fucking play dirty from the get-go, Shadow's definitely got the competitive edge here.
Yeah, I think Shadow's got it.
Well, yeah, again, I'm not doing the competitive thing. This is entirely on you. But Shadow gets the edge here. If we won't compete, if you didn't make it a competition, I probably would have stuck with Hermes because I like it as a thematic pick. But I'll give it to Shadow for the sake of your dumb competition for no reason thing.
Tee-hee. Yeah, so Shadow wins the runner stakes. And finally, we have the thrower. Not just responsible for throwing passes, many also act as offensive captains to call the plays and make decisions. difference.
Yeah, so sort of doubling up as a quarterback if we're doing the American football analogy, because, let's be honest, Blood Bowl is American football.
It is, yeah.
But yes, as for a thrower, I've lent more heavily on the throwing aspect rather than the team leader, although he can certainly do that as well. I am picking Forius.
Forius?
He's an atomic Superman.
Okay.
Oh, I was hoping that was enough of a clue from you. He's from Futurama.
Oh, okay. Man, I don't know if I've seen that one.
Yes, you have. It's when the time is getting all fucked up and there's loads of time skips, and it's when the Harlem
Globetrotters, yeah.
To a game of basketball. So Farnsworth raises his team of atomic supermen, and Forius is the one with the cannon in his chest.
Sure. Shit. Yeah, I've completely forgot about that. I remember the Harlem Globetrotters helping them solve the body switching theorem.
Oh, that's well later.
Yeah.
Yeah, because after the game, it's like, I think it's Bubblegum Tate says something, and Farnsworth is just like, "Wait, you're that Bubblegum Tate? Damn right." And he's like secret fucking master of time-space theories.
Yeah, ultimate mathematician, yeah.
Which is a fun double up as well. So why are you so good at basketball? Well, I'm also a super science who's great at math. It's like, fuck off.
Everyone on planet Harlem is good at basketball. This just happened to be my job.
But yeah, I like the Atomic Supermen, mostly because I really like the Monstars from Space Jam.
Yeah. They're silly.
But as long as you trust Forius to just come up with give a little bit of advice for plays and to do his job of throwing, he's already good at. If he's good enough to throw long distance on a basketball court, he's good enough to do it on a Blood Bowl pitch, in my opinion. That cannon packs a punch. It killed his brother.
Oh boy!
Do you not remember that?
No, I don't remember it at all.
You've got to watch this episode. You owe it to yourself.
Yeah, I got to go back to it. Got to go back to early Futurama or watch it again. Yeah, shit.
Here's the problem with me and you, Rick, or you and I, whatever the correct grammatical sense is. I love Futurama seasons 1 to 4. I haven't really watched any Futurama after the movies and the reboots, whereas you've kind of watched all of it. So therefore, I'm guessing more plot points kind of blend together.
Yeah, a lot of it blends together. Even got the comics for a while.
To be fair, I can't believe how good the Futurama and the Simpsons comics actually are. I think the Simpsons comics took a dip in like 2013-ish.
Yeah, I kept up to both of them for a decent amount of time. The Futurama comics, you used to have to get from like specialist importing comic shops, which there are many of in Britain because Britain doesn't make good comics.
Oh, not unless you want to, yeah.
Like, I looked on the Beano's website and it's all fucking shitposts.
Well, the Beano. The problem with the Beano is they've always been marketed towards kids, which means now they're not even targeted towards Gen Z. They're targeted to 3-year-olds.
Yeah, like Gen Alpha, so it's like shitpost brain rot all the time.
Yeah, and Walter's the bully now, not Dennis. That's been a thing for about 15 years now.
Okay.
Well, because they were like, we can't have our protagonist be the bully, because Dennis the Menace was a fucking menace. It was in his name. And he used to be really mean to Walter, and now Walter's the one always mean to Dennis, which... Fine, fair enough, you want the protagonist-antagonist relationship to be on that side of things, but it's also like, Walter's always bullying Dennis for being poor, and it's like...
Right, okay,
what?
Yeah.
This is the line you're going with?
Yeah, because it used to be Dennis bullying Walter for being a softie, which is basically, these days it's bullying someone for being gay. And that don't fly no more.
Yeah, it wasn't about being gay, it's because Walter was a prick. I can understand why people would read into it, it's him being gay and why it would upset people, and I'm fine with them to scrap it. But they could have done something without just straight up reversing the script.
Yeah.
Like, Dennis is not a victim. He shouldn't be a victim.
No. He's a freedom fighter.
There was that comic book run. Anyway, Rick, who is going to be your thrower? Who are you throwing into the field? Haha.
To try and beat Thorius, you've gone with a mono thrower. I'm going with a thrower and a leader. He does all his calculations in his head. He's the go-to leader pick even among more traditionally powerful characters, Steve Rogers.
That's pretty good. We know he can throw with his shield.
Yeah, and even if he's banned from bringing his shield, I'm pretty sure he can calculate how to throw a ball.
Oh, yeah, I don't think he'll be throwing his shield in a match, but if he can throw his shield with such accuracy, he can throw a ball. I'm not even going to debate that. I will say Forius isn't a leader in the sense that Steve Rogers is a leader. He's a leader in calling plays, which is how you described the thrower being. I also kind of put the leadership role more on my lineman.
Right, okay.
So, granted, we're not having teams go against teams, because then we'd be here all day debating who's made the better team. But yeah, Steve Rogers is good. I think this is a question on how you want to grade thrower. If you want to grade it more on their ability to throw far and throw accurate, or if you want to grade it on the ability to just take charge and, well, you know, be the person calling plays. Because I think most Blood Bowl teams will only have one thrower.
Yeah. I think holistically, Steve Rogers is a better pick because he does both.
Hang on. Holistically?
Yeah, like, on the whole.
Okay, cool. Because to me, I thought you were bringing up, like, fucking holistic medicine. And I'm like, what the fuck has that got to do with anything?
Oh, yeah, that's what it's meant to be. The holistic medicine is meant to be treatment on the whole. But what it ends up being is that frickin' homeopathy and all that shit.
Here's some water.
Yeah. Here's some water. Let's dissolve this one sugar pill in it that I got from this one specific box. It's the same as every other sugar pill, but because it came from that box, it's the one that cures this thing.
I mean, I absolutely adore the Mitchell and Webb sketch.
Yeah.
It's the homeopathic doctors, and at the end, it's like, yep, cool. Let's go to the bar. They go to the bar, and it's 2 pint glasses filled with water, and he puts one little drop of beer in each one. They take a sip, and they go, "Oh, strong stuff." It's the same. I think it's the same thing where they've got like the fucking doctors trying to diagnose what's wrong with him, and he's got a buttercup underneath his fucking chin. He's like, "Well, one thing's for sure, he likes
you
butter."
Like butter? Oh, that's such a fucking stupid thing. It's like, oh yeah, of course you like butter. Everyone likes butter, you cunt.
Well, I didn't think I liked butter for a long ass time, but that's because my family used to buy Utterly Butterly, which is not butter.
Yeah, no. It's not even I can't believe it's not butter. It's the one that's trying to be I can't believe it's not butter.
And and then I had some real salted butter, Lurpak, because I bought it for £1.50 because it was cheap and it's butter, it never goes off. And I was like, oh shit, I do like butter. Oh, this is dangerous.
Yeah, and then immediately it goes because the rest of the family just eats the whole thing.
No, the rest of my family prefers I can't believe it's not butter.
Okay.
Which is weird.
I bought some really nice butter from supermarket, and my family just immediately both uses it all for themselves and in cooking. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Can I not just have the thing that I bought? No, apparently not.
Here's the thing, Rick, is one of the good things of having slightly different tastes of my family is that doesn't happen to me. It's why I like Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, because no one else likes it, and you don't get nicked.
But here's the thing: is I like Dr. Pepper anyway. It's a nice flavour. But when I was a kid, I would use my pocket money to buy Dr. Pepper instead of any other drink because I knew no one would take it.
Yeah.
With the Utterly Butterly thing, I'm like, I would actually rather have no butter on my sandwich than have Utterly Butterly. It's that bad.
Yeah.
It's not even the taste; it's the texture. It's like slightly slimy, or I can't describe
I get you.
it.
Yeah, it's just slimy and oily, and that's just all it is. It's like and like that kind of a slightly plasticky aftertaste. I also prefer to generally have no butter in sandwiches because the sandwich is meant to be the thing that you are, not a butter delivery system.
Okay, but depending on what you've got in your sandwich, this is such a fascinating podcast about Blood Bowl, isn't it? But yeah, if you've got something really dry in your sandwich, it's nice to have a bit of butter just to make sure the bread's not fucked. Toast is the butter king. You got to have butter on toast, or something.
Oh yes. Typically, I go only butter. Salt if it's not salted butter, and that's my go-to hangover cure is just salted buttered toast.
Do you know what my go-to hangover cure is?
Not buying alcohol in the first place.
Yeah, not to get hungover.
I think I've been hungover twice in my life, and one of them wasn't after I won a drinking contest by accident.
Cool. Blood Bowl, Steve Rogers versus Furious.
Yeah.
I don't think it's fair to say that Steve Rogers is a total package, whereas Furious isn't. Because Furious is the total package. He will come up with plays and lead the plays. It's just, his knowledge is based on sport, whereas Steve Rogers' knowledge is based on, I fought in wars, don't you know?
Yeah, wars and anti-villain stuff. So I think he's got a pretty good handle on what other monsters he could face on the field. Like, you could have a team of Skaven and then a Rat Ogre as their star player. Oh no, Steve Rogers has fought worse than that.
Yeah, but that's not what Blood Bowl does. You don't just immediately go, I'm going to now fight the biggest threat, because that's not what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, like, Steve Rogers, I think, is a pretty good one for, countering the Juggernaut, for instance. Not through what he does, but from what he can order the rest of the team to do.
Somewhat, but you got to bear in mind, it's a Blood Bowl team. It's not one player. I'm not denying Steve Rogers' prowess here. I'm just saying he's one cog in an entire team. And I've not got my team being being cohesive, but like Steve Rogers wouldn't probably be on an orc team, for example. He'd probably be strictly human, maybe a halfling team, but then he's dealing with halflings and they're lazy.
Yeah.
I don't want to seem fantasy racist here, guys, but if you look at the ref miniature for a halfling, he's holding a hoagie.
He is. Oh, man, when you said he wouldn't be on an orc team, all I could think of was, orc girl. It's just an orc in Hawk Girl's armor.
I mean, I still would, but okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sticking with my pick Furious on this one. I'm going to assume you're sticking with your pick of Steve Rogers.
I'm sticking with Steve Rogers, which means that if this is a draw, then by default you win.
Okay, but again, I don't think it's a competition.
Yeah, it wasn't intended to be a competition. We didn't set out for it to be.
Because bear in mind, with Hermes, I said I was going to stick with Hermes, but for the sake of your stupid competition, and I used those words, I'll pick Shadow.
Yeah. Well, for the sake of stupidity, if Steve Rogers wins, then we got a draw, and if it's a draw, then you win.
I wouldn't have even if we were fighting competitively, I still would have stuck with Furious. I like Furious. I think he's a good pick because again, you're meant to be throwing, and they're meant to be, you're meant to be getting your ball to the thrower, and he's meant to throw. That's all he's built for. That and calling plays.
Yeah. Does he load his ball into the cannon?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's his atomic superpower. That being said, there is of course the chance of chicanery because there are rules in Blood Bowl where you can do certain plays to swap the ball out and secretly stuff it with dynamite. Now, if that happened, you'd eliminate the star player, and that would be a tragedy. But it could happen in theory.
Yeah. Okay.
You could also have a squig ball.
A squig ball, yeah.
If you trade the ball for a squig ball, the squig ball will just run around randomly and try to get out of people's grips. It's so funny.
Yeah. If it's not in someone's grip, it will start, going.
It's like that scene from fucking El Dorado, but instead of an armadillo, it's a fucking squig that will bite your ankles.
Yeah, I think this one's too close to call, which means, you overall win.
I didn't want it to be a competition. I just wanted fun with my buddy.
Hey.
It's armchair booking, not extended. We did talk about butter for about 5 minutes.
The one with the additional butter, yeah.
But anyway, I don't think we could even... Because you made it a competition, we can't even make it who's your favourite from the other team, because we both made concessions, so... Well,
my favourite from your team is definitely Boromir.
Boromir's good, but he does also kick the shit out of Kecleon.
He does.
I mean, by default, shock horror, it's Shadow for me.
Yeah, he was a good pick. And definitely better than fucking Silver the Hedgehog.
To this day, I've never played Silver's game. I don't know what his deal is. I just know the fandom likes to take the piss out of him.
It's no use! Yeah, he's Trunks, but he's psychic. So he's psychic Trunks, he's slow.
It's implied that he's a love child of Sonic and some psychic human.
I thought it was more that he was probably going to be like a descendant of Shadow and someone else.
Apparently there's a character who's outright... I have to say apparently because this is all shit I've seen from Reddit, so therefore not reliable in the slightest. But apparently there's a character in one of the games or something that is clearly a psychic woman, and apparently she had the horn for Sonic.
Okay.
So that's the implication, apparently. But... Again, I don't know jack about shit, so...
Yeah, fair enough. So we've got Boromir and Shadow. Yeah, and that comes to the end of today. If you like the episode, let the comment section down below on YouTube and tell us other things that you would like us to do armchair bookings of, because... we tend to have a nice little bit of discourse when these things come around, but we also have a little bit of issue. Well, I have definitely a bit of issue coming up with decent categories for them. If you don't have the comment section on YouTube or Spotify, you can instead send us an email, which would go to nonsensereviewuk@gmail.com. That's right, send us your ideas. I think the last armchair booking we did was what we thought the Final Fantasy MTG set would be, and boy, were we wrong. We were wrong. We were wrong. I thought the frickin' summons were going to be planeswalkers. I was glad to be wrong.
I was glad you were wrong on that as well, and I think even when you suggested it, I was like, oh, that sounds like a terrible idea.
Yeah, them being sagas is like a really elegant way of, like, they come, they do something, they stick around and fight, and then they leave.
Yeah, but some of them become creatures at the end as well, which is cool.
Oh, when they're always creatures. The middle turn is the one where they can attack, because they tend not to have haste.
I'm talking specifically about Bahamut because they did a 16 tie-in for that one for reasons unknown.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, that's a guy that can turn into the thing, and then it turns back into the guy.
Yeah, it's dope.
Yeah.
But yes, join us again next week, guys, for something completely different. That's meant to be Rick's line, but I took it. Sorry.
Bye, everybody.